Life can feel overwhelming. Sometimes the problems we carry seem too heavy, too complicated, too impossible to solve. We stress, we panic, we overthink, and in the middle of all that noise, we forget a simple truth. Every problem in life has a simple beginning point. One small step that can change everything. This is a story of a young man who believed his world was falling apart until a quiet encounter by the riverside showed him that even the biggest troubles can be untangled, one knot at a time. Sit back, listen closely, and let this story remind you that clarity always exists. You just need to know where to start.
There was once a young man named Kofi who lived in a quiet village surrounded by green hills and winding rivers. On the outside, he looked like everyone else, calm, hardworking, polite. But inside, Kofi carried a storm. Everywhere he turned, he saw problems. Bills he couldn't pay, opportunities he missed, people who misunderstood him, and dreams that always felt too far. He felt trapped in a maze with no exit. One evening, overwhelmed by frustration, Kofi walked to the old riverside where he used to play as a child. The moonlight danced on the surface of the water, and for the first time in a long while, he let the tears fall. "Why is life so hard?" he whispered to himself. "I try, but nothing works." As he sat in silence, he heard gentle footsteps behind him. Turning around, he saw an elderly fisherman, old Senna, carrying a small lantern and a bundle of nets. Senna had lived in the village for as long as anyone could remember. He didn't speak much, but people respected him because he always seemed peaceful. Senna lowered his nets, sat beside Kofi, and asked softly, "Why does your face carry the weight of the whole world?" Kofi didn't know why, but the old man's voice disarmed him. The words spilled out, his worries, his disappointments, his fear of failure. He told Senna about the debts his family owed, the job he lost, the friend who betrayed him, and the dream he feared he would never achieve. When he finished, he expected sympathy. Instead, the old man simply nodded and said, "Every problem in life has a simple solution." Kofi looked at him in disbelief. "Simple? My problems are anything but simple." Senna smiled and pointed to his fishing net lying tangled beside them. "Look at this net," he said. "It took only a moment for it to become tangled, but sometimes hours to untangle." He lifted it gently. But tangled or not, the solution is always simple. You start with one knot. Kofi frowned. "How does that help me?" The old man took the net and began loosening the knots one by one. "Life is just like this net," he said. "When everything looks messy, it's not because life is complicated. It's because you're trying to solve everything at once." He paused and looked at Kofi with warm, wise eyes. "Every problem has a simple beginning point. Find that one knot. Start there, and the rest will follow." Kofi watched silently as the fisherman finished untangling the net. Something in those words planted itself in his heart like a seed. The next morning, instead of panicking about everything he couldn't control, Kofi asked himself, "What is the first knot? The debts? No. The failed job? No. The broken friendship? Not yet." The real first knot was simple. He needed a source of income, even a small one. So he went to the village market and asked if anyone needed help. A fruit seller hired him to arrange baskets and carry crates for a small wage. It wasn't much, but it was a start. Every day after work, Kofi put aside a few coins. Soon, he made enough to buy a small cart. He started selling fruit on the streets after the main market closed. He learned how to speak to customers, how to pick the best produce, and how to negotiate. For the first time in months, he felt hope. With time, the next knot revealed itself. He needed to rebuild trust, with himself and with others. He went to the friend who betrayed him, not with anger, but with clarity. I don't know if we can return to what we were, he said. But I want peace between us. The friend apologized with tears. A broken bond wasn't magically fixed, but the bitterness dissolved. The knot loosened. Now that his mind was clearer, he remembered a dream he once buried, starting his own small trading business. But fear held him back. What if I fail again, he thought. And then he heard Senna's voice in his heart. Every problem has a simple solution. Start with one knot. So he took the first step. He saved enough to rent a small stall. Then he bought a modest supply of goods. Then he told himself, just try one day. One day became two. Two became a week. His stall slowly became popular because customers loved his honest prices and warm smile. Months passed, and Kofi's life began to transform. His debts slowly shrank. He hired one assistant, then two. His confidence returned, and he realized something powerful. His life didn't change because the problems disappeared. It changed because he approached them simply, one knot at a time. One evening, as the sun set behind the hills, Kofi returned to the riverside. There he saw old Senna again, repairing another fishing net. Kofi sat beside him and smiled. You were right, he said softly. Life becomes simple when you start simple. Senna chuckled. I only showed you the net. You untangled your life yourself. Kofi looked over the river, the same place where he once cried in despair. Now his heart was full of peace, full of purpose, full of gratitude. Thank you, he whispered. The old man nodded. Remember this, Kofi. Problems are loud, but solutions are quiet. When life becomes heavy, don't search for big answers. Look for small beginnings. The moon shimmered on the water, just as it did that night months ago. But this time, the light didn't feel distant. It felt like it lived inside him. And so, Kofi learned a truth many people never discover. No matter how big the problem, somewhere within it is a simple solution waiting to be found. Not by panicking, not by rushing, but by breathing, looking, and starting with the first knot. And step by step, knot by knot, life becomes clear again.
If this story inspired you, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support means more than words can say. It motivates me to keep creating stories that uplift, heal, and inspire. Until next time, stay strong, stay hopeful, and remember, every problem has a solution, and so do you.